Hello everyone. Today I'll be taking you through some little basics of the Sony camera. So just be brief today, a short. While in the next videos, I'll be going into details explanation of the Sony camera, the settings, the manual settings that you can see here, the manual settings. So for today, I'm going to start with the basics. This is where we insert our battery, space for the battery. When you look here, this is the power. This symbol is for power. The symbol you see here. So sometimes people search for where to put on this camera. Something that they put it on here in other Panasonic camera. This is the section where you power it on. So people think it's here. So this one is well hidden. Sometimes it is like this and it is well hidden. So you have to bring it up in order to see the power. This is where we put it on. This section is where it contains the SD cards, the cards for recording. If you want to record, this is where you slot in your card. If you look, it's being written card A and card B. There are two ports in which you slot in your card. Here is where you can plug in your earpiece. You have your headset. That's a section for your headset, and here you can record from here. If you see, that's a recording button. In the case, that's your recording button, and you can also record from the top. Okay, when we come in front here, there are many buttons in front here for explanations. Like I said, I'm just going to point out a few, and in the next video I'm going to go to the others that I'm not able to touch in this first video. So when we come here, we see there are rolling buttons here which we roll around. I will start with this is the iris. When we talk of the iris is just an adjustable aperture. It means it controls the amount of light that enters the camera. It controls the amount of light. This iris controls the amount of light that enters the camera. In area of where there is low light, and you see that your image is dark. This is where now you come and open this iris to allow more light to enter into the camera so that your image will be bright. In the area of too much light, when your image is overshining, you come to this iris and you close it to see how to reduce the amount of light. So this iris function is to control the amount of light that enters the camera. The next here is zoom. You zoom in and you zoom out through this other rolling button here. Then this other one here is to adjust your blurriness, to brighten your camera, to adjust your blurriness, to adjust the focus of the image. Sometimes it might be blurred. You have to adjust it to see that it is bright. The next thing I'm going to talk about is your microphone's input. In case of interviews you want to record, this is your input 1, this is your input 2. You plug in your cables for the microphone. This input 1, you can take in 2 microphones, and this is input 2, and this is where you place your microphone. For example, this is the microphone which you want to use as an external speaker, because normally the camera has this external speaker. This is the external speaker that captures. So if you are not too sure that it will capture well, or maybe you want to do an interview which a person has to hold a mic, so that's the time that we make use of this input to put through a wired cable. So you connect your wire cable, then this place serves as a place where you plug in your microphone so that you can get a clean sound, or you can get more of the sound. So that's the function of this section here. And then over here, this is your screen. The camera has a screen quietly open like this, and you place it. This is where you monitor your video, what you are capturing. So you monitor from this screen. Over here we have other buttons which we'll have to explain in the next video. Here also you can zoom in and you can zoom out. You can also record from the top. You can also zoom in from here, and you can also zoom out. It has many battery zoom in and zoom out buttons here. Here is a section where you can place your Holy Land as a wireless capture device, a wireless video capture device. In the next video, I'm going to talk on that. We have other functions here. After you placed your input cameras, which like I said, your microphone. After you place your input microphone, this is where you can adjust how you want the sound of your microphone, because you have input 1 and input 2. You quietly open from the top here. You see the button here which you can set it. You can set it to the way you want it to be, to disconnect it from the microphone of the camera. Disconnect it from the microphone of the camera. These are other adjustable buttons for the brightness, to reduce and control the amount of light and others. So in the next video, I'm going to go into details of some of these buttons to explain how the functions, how you can adjust your camera settings, how you can adjust your camera settings to have a good or a brighter image when recording or when transmitting.